in the previous video, we obviously went through your first bit of advice and your first step for picking an ITAM tool. Lauren, what's number 2?
So we actually did touch upon it in clip 1, and essentially time to value is so important. You know, how quickly can the organization get you installed? How quickly can them agents get deployed? How quickly can you start seeing that inventory data come through across your whole estate to really start creating some value in ITAM and SAM? Do you really want to be spending 12 months to get the tool implemented, working across your whole estate? And I've been there, I've done that. It's not nice. Gartner is a great source of information as it's really anonymized data. So if you want to look at time to value, start talking to people in the industry about how quickly they got their solutions deployed, how easy that was, getting that through internally as well, you know, answering all the different departments' questions and how to scope that out and really get value from a solution very quickly.
Obviously, being successful, like that's a given, right? That it's all successful. What would you define as a quick implementation?
No more than sort of 3 months.
And a long implementation is then kind of anything on from that?
Yeah, 6 months is, you know, you want it done. 6 months.
You've spent 6 months on the tool already in terms of the licensing and the money. If it's not right, okay. So have you seen in your past experience a 3-month implementation like being just nailed?
Yeah, absolutely, I have. And the thing is as well, you get, you know, organizations that are more complex than others. You've got DMZs and things, and you need to make sure that your ITAM technology can incorporate that. And that might be what delays some of your, you know, your deployments and things. But in terms of the majority of your estate and your complete estate, you know, I have seen it done in 3 months or less. You know, for some organizations that are quite simple, you can do it in not long at all.
Nice. And for our American audience, Lauren meant DMZ, right? But no, great point. I think also from your experiences, those ones that have been successful within kind of like your 3-month time frame from being a quick one, what did they get right? Like what have you seen that you've looked at an organization or a service, whatever, that has done that and gone, oh yeah, do you know what? You've nailed that. Yeah, absolutely. You followed all the right steps.
I think there are benefits to having hosted solutions, you know, when it's not on-prem. So, you know, there are also benefits on how you deploy your agents, you know, whether it's another piece of software or whether you do it directly from your ITAM technology. So again, there are variances in terms of what causes the time, but it's also, you know, kind of working with the vendor itself. You know, if you're the one slacking, you can't really cause it a problem. If you're working closely with your vendor and you have that partnership to really focus on it, spend the time, and there's no blockers of any sort, then you can get things done quite quickly.
And the blockers that you're referring to, right, are making sure that even your internal stakeholders are all lined up and are all ready. Absolutely. And you've got the right accesses to get the information you need, etc. Yeah, no, that's a very
service good point. Accounts, credentials, things like that.
All the boring stuff that you don't really think about because you're just excited to get the new tool in place. But yeah, even like firewalls, making sure that they're open, making sure that you've got the right amount of RAM on a server if you're not having it, all the kind of just boring stuff that you have to do to prep your new shiny ITAM tool. So basically your advice on step 2 is basically make sure that you understand that time to value. You've got all of your ducks aligned in a row internally. Everyone's aware of what they should be doing. You've got all of the accesses sorted out, all of the config ready. And I think you mentioned as well, making sure that you're having that regular dialogue with the tool provider as well.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a collaborative effort at the end of the day.